All right, hello everyone. Today what we're going to do is we're going to be doing our second part of systems of equations, of solving them. Today we're going to be doing it by substituting. Last time we did eliminating. We took out one of the variables and, we found one variable and then we just solved for the other. Today we're going to find another way of eliminating by through substituting. So if I think of substitutions here, I'm going to go back to my basketball roots here because some of you know I played basketball, not really. So when I think of substituting, I'm going to think of one for another. All right, so I'm subbing out, somebody's coming in my place. That's substituting. A substitute teacher. I am out for a day. Sub teacher, period, then here. I am out for a day, which is rare. Another teacher comes in my place. So we're going to use the same idea, but for systems of equations. So we have another example here, and I'm actually going to write it off to the side so that way we can work on this example together. So we have y equals 3x, and 3x plus y equals 24. So what's funky about this equation, or about this system of equations, is that here I only have a y equals blank. I don't have x plus y. I don't have any x over here with the y. I just have y equals. This is our tell that we should be doing substituting. Now, does it have to be y? No. It could be y equals or x equals or whatever variable that we have here, whatever letter that we have, we can use for substituting. So how does this work? I'm going to show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute the y in for here. So I'm going to rewrite the last equation right here, this one. I'm going to leave this part blank. I'm not going to write y. I'm not going to write anything just yet. I'm going to leave this part blank, give it some space, and 24. This part we know. Excuse me. But what we are going to do here is I'm going to, instead of putting y here, I'm going to put 3x. Because y equaled 3x. All right. So this is our first step. We're going to substitute one of the variables. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to solve for the variable. In this case, we only have one left. We're going to solve for x. So we have 3x plus 3x. We have 6x equals 24. Again, this looks a little bit easier now because we only have one equation and we only have one variable. So I'm going to divide both sides by 6. And again, if this part confuses you, please let me know, okay? So we have 24 divided by 6, we have 4. So I know for a fact that y equals 4. Now I'm going to write it down here. Or x equals 4 rather, I'm sorry. But I'm going to write it down here kind of off to the side because we're still going to need to find the y equals. Because remember, we need an x equals and a y equals. So now we're going to solve for the other variable. In this case, we're going to solve for y. And the way we're going to do that is the same thing that we did for the last one for elimination where we put it back in. So we can decide which equation to use, the y equals 3x or 3x plus y equals 24. I want to look to see which one looks easier. So let's use the first one. So y equals 3x. We know x here is 4, which means 12. 3 times 4 is 12. So we know y here is equal to 12. That's it. That's all we are doing. So we're going to substitute a variable. We're going to solve for one variable and then solve for the other. So it's the same idea as elimination, but in a different beginning, if that makes sense. And if that doesn't make sense, please let me know. Again, I am here to help. So let's do a couple examples. Same thing as last time. I'm going to do an example, or we're going to do an example here. You guys are going to do this next example. So what we're going to do here is, first up, we're going to substitute one of the variables. So in this case, because we have a y equals, I'm going to rewrite this equation down here, but I'm going to leave some space. I'm going to skip the y for right now, so I just have plus 2x equals, actually, I'm not going to make this 20. Let's make this 16. All right. So we have here, instead of y, we're going to insert this down here. I'm going to have 6x. So we have 6x plus 2x equals 18. Well, 6x plus 2x, 16 rather. 6x plus 2x is 8x equals 16. Now, some of you may have caught on earlier why I changed the 20 to 16. Divide both sides by 8. So we have x equals 2. Now what we're going to do is we're going to substitute this part again. So again, we want x equals 2. I need a y equal. So I'm going to put the 2 up here. Again, you guys don't need the arrows unless, you feel it's going to help you. So y in this case is going to equal 12. Well, doesn't always work like that, but so far so good. All right. Second step, or second example. Same thing, but I'm going to help you guys get started on it. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to rewrite the example. So we have x plus blank is equal to 14. What exactly are we going to put in the blank? Well, that's where the 6x comes into play. X plus 6x is 7x is equal to 14. So remember here, you are going to solve for x. You are also going to solve for y. If you guys need any help with that, please let me know. I am here to help.